You are wrong. Fani Kaide knocks Babachir Lawal, defends Tinubu. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Fani Kaide FFK has knocked out the opinion of Babachir Lawal, former secretary to the federal government of Nigeria, over the same fake presidential ticket of the All Progressive Congress involving Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. The former SFG had claimed that the Muslim ticket is designed to kill and eliminate Christians from the political system. For us, Christians in the North, the Muslim ticket is existential. It is designed to oppress, kill, and eliminate us from the political and economic system. However, Fani Kaide, in his response to Babachir Lawal, said Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, his running mate, may be Muslims, but their faith does not define them. According to Fani Kaide, the statement made by Babachir was simply not true. What he has said is simply not true, and those that espouse and share the views that he has expressed here are playing a dangerous and divisive game. Unlike him, I do not see a Muslim ticket, but rather a Tinubu Shettima ticket. They are both human beings and Nigerians before being Muslims. We should at least accord them that consideration and respect. I believe that one of the most mischievous, cruel, illogical, and uncharitable things we can do is to measure a man's worth by his religious faith alone and refuse to see any other thing in him other than that. Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, his running mate, may be Muslims, but their faith does not define them. What defines them is their character, vision, and ability to perform well in office, and their commitment to a united, peaceful, fair, just, equitable, and prosperous Nigeria. Another thing that defines them, though to a lesser extent, is the ethnicity, nationality, and where they come from in the country. In this case, one is a Yoruba from the southeast western zone, whilst the other is a Kanuri from a northeastern zone. Both proud and noble ethnic groups with a rich civilized and ancient cultural, historical heritage, which goes back thousands of years, and neither of which was ever defeated, conquered, subjugated by, occupied by any African ethnic nationality or power in their entire history. These are the things that are relevant and that defines each of these two men and not their fate. In any case, how can conceding the position of the vice presidential president, the position of the vice president, which with all due respect has limited powers to a Muslim, constitute a threat to a great and mighty Christian faith, and how it can perform the wishes and aspiration of the 110 million Christians? This seems to me far-fetched and absurd. It is true that for many years the practice had been to balance the ticket and pair Christians and Muslims when it comes to to balance the ticket and pair Christians and Muslims when it comes to leadership positions and governance in this country in order to make adherents of both faiths feel secure. Yet, other than the comforting optics, one wonders just how much security such an arrangement really afforded adherents of both faiths. Did it stop Boko Haram and ISWAP from killing both Christians and Muslims respectively? Did it stop Christian militants in the north from killing Muslims over the years? Did it stop Christian separatists and in the guise of unknown gunmen targeting and murdering both Christians and Muslims in the east? Did it save the life of the young lady Deborah in Sokoto when she was hacked to pieces and burnt alive, or that of the young man Gideon Akaluka when he was beheaded in Kano by Muslim mobs respectively? We have tried balancing this formula for many years, and it does not really seem to have provided the intended result or worked too well. Consider the plight of northern Christians over the last 22 years, even though we have had two Christian presidents over the period of time and a Christian vice president who happens to be a pastor over the last 7 years. Again, consider the plight of Muslims in the core north and the middle belt over the same period of time, even though we have had two Muslim presidents and two Muslim vice presidents. When barbaric acts and unspeakable atrocities are committed against defenseless civilian populations, including women and children, and when people are targeted for their faith or ethnicity without consequence, surely it is a failure of leadership had nothing to do with the religious faith of the president or his vice. Given that perhaps it is time to try something new and provide a more innovative approach. Perhaps it is time for us to start focusing on factors other than faith when it comes to electing our leaders. Besides, which, from an intellectual perspective, when it comes to matters of leadership and national issues and practices, nothing is cast in iron and nothing is static. We are meant to evolve. Leaders ought to be elected on the basis of their quality and competence, coupled with the ability to attract and deliver as many votes as possible, and not their faith. Anything less than that is an emotional rather than a rational approach. Today, we have a Muslim ticket vying for power at the center, and tomorrow, by God's grace, we shall have a Christian one. That is progress. And let me remind the skeptics that this has just been achieved in Osun State, where a Christian ticket won the governorship election, and it happened in Kaduna State a few years ago when a Muslim ticket did the same. In either case, the heavens did not fall. Thankfully, there are Christians all over the country from both the north and the south who are in the All Progressive Congress and who do not share Lawal's view. There are millions of Christians who are not affiliated to any political party all over the country that disagree with him. The truth is that it would serve our interests better as Christians to negotiate for and insist on key positions of the incoming government of Bola Tinubu for members of our faith in return for our vote, rather than threatening fire and thunder, labeling him as an antichrist, indulging in mass hysteria, delusion, and fear of mongering, and acting as if Christianity in Nigeria will be threatened or faces an existential threat under his watch. Is this doable? It most certainly is, and those that doubt it should find out what the arrangement is in Lebanon when it comes to power sharing between the religious faith and what is known as the Lebanese formula. For the record, no one can undermine or eliminate Christianity in Nigeria, even if they wanted to do so, and neither is anyone trying. Our faith teaches us that the gates of hell shall not prevail against the church, so why panic? It teaches us that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. So why the fear? It teaches us that Christ is our hope and glory. So why worry? It teaches us that the battle belongs to the Lord and that all things works for good for those who love him. So why the doubt? This is not about religion. To me, it is way, way, way beyond religion. I've said it severally before. It is the fact that it's not a matter of fear. It is the fact that there is lack of equity, fairness, and justice. That is what people are, and that is what has kept the nation, or rather, has brought the nation to its knees. All right, on this news, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.